So here's the Patriot. To turn your Patriot on, you're going to want to turn on a rear disconnect to the on position. What the rear panel looks like. Your main power is going to come into the top of there. Your main air input is right here. We have light curtains on both sides. The Omron yellow items there. This panel is your left air control panel. It controls station 1 and 2. Both brakes. Station 1 is down here. Station 2 is up there. This is your web guide. This is the web guide controller. Right now I have an automatic, but you also have servo center, which aligns it directly in the center. Manual, you use these to control it in and out. Automatic uses the sensor here. You want to line that sensor up with the edge of your material. When this little LED is off, that means that this is right on the line. It turns red or green depending if it's going in or out. But when you're directly lined up, it's off. There's a knob over here. This adjusts that. You can see it as I move this. It'll turn on and off because I'm moving it. This is the splice table. This is where you splice your material. These are the hold downs. Put those down. Cut. Tape. Take these back up. Do not forget to leave these down. It's an easy thing to do. It's the lamination station. Has this pneumatic nip in there. These bolts right here hold these hold downs down, and then you just put your tension down with these knobs. To remove it, you take these bolts out, take these hold downs off, and slide this out. I have your die in there currently. We used some bearing blocks just that we had in stock. They're just from miscellaneous jobs. We're probably gonna have to make you guys some, or if you're gonna get a different die, I'm not sure yet, but these are manual hold downs right here. This is pneumatic nip. You can put this nip in any of these stations. It disconnects by pressing this little button on the back of here, and these are quick disconnects. And you got your number 3 station up top, which is a rewind, and your number 4, which is also a rewind, and then all the controls right here for 3, 4, and the air nip. Each control has a gauge, regulator, and a switch. So the air nip is all these ones, and then the unwind station, rewind stations are right here. This turns the brake or clutch on. This turns your mandrel on, or basically inflates your mandrel, which is this little item right there. This is your truck pressure bar right here. These are the bearing blocks that you're going to want to line up on the bearers of your die. I don't have it on top of a die right now. I just have it on the anvil, but normally you would put it on your die. So you're going to line up this bearing down here with the bearer of your die to put pressure down on. To move these, they have these little lock blocks, and there's set screws that go in against this bar to hold these blocks in place. So you want to loosen up those little set screws, move the blocks where you need them, and then lock them down so they stay in place. And this is the truck bridge. This you place on top of the side frames, and then it has these holes with the bolts that line up in the side frames there. You tighten it down, and then you place these right over your block and slide your hydro jack or your manual, your hold down in there. These are called cam locks. Your hydro jack or your hold down goes through there. To use these, you want to open it up, pull this little bar back, slide your item in there, push that forward, and then lock that into place. So now the threads are active, and then you can put your pressure down. Make sure you have this lined up with that bearing. That way the pressure is going directly where it needs to go. So now we're going to run your material here. I have it on the main unwind here, coming up, around this idler, over the top of the web guide, across the splice table, down this idler, through the sensor, below that idler, going up into the lamp station. The lamp station isn't necessary for this. I just left it in there, but you can take it out if it's not working for you, or if you just want it out of the way. To take the nip out, like I said before, you just take these bolts off, take this whole piece off on both sides, and then lift this out. Or you could take this whole unit out by taking these 2 screws, and then there's 2 screws on the other side. So then I have your material going underneath the die, stripping up, being your little waste matrix rewound on number 3, coming across, going underneath the nip for some pull, and then being wound up down here. For pressure wise, on the main unwind, I have like 10 pounds, not a lot. And then on my waste rewind, I have a little over 20. And on the finished product rewind, I have a little over 20. It's all low pressure. This material is very small. So to turn the machine on, after you turn your main disconnect on, your e-stop should be flashing. If it's not flashing, make sure that your e-stop is pulled out and that the back door is closed, because the back door has an interlock on it. So when you hit that, that turns off. When you hit e-stop, or if the door is open, it stays on. And then when everything's okay, and it'll be flashing, and then that means that it's ready. So you have jog. Jog just jogs the machine. You could be in the light curtain while you're jogging. And then you have run. You can't run the machine and be in the light curtain at the same time. This is the speed pot here. This adjusts the speed, fast and slow. You have this switch here. This is your main rewind, forward, off, reverse. That controls this. Basically, this is the forward direction. If I were to flick it off, it would turn off. If I would go all the way to the reverse, it would spin the opposite direction. Stop. Stop stops the machine. This is your counter that turns the counter on. We have another video that I'll attach that is specific to the counter and how to program it. When you hit the counter preset, this light will be illuminated. To clear that, you press it, and then this is going to zero back out. But we're not really counting parts at this moment, so we're going to leave that off. And you saw when I put my hand in the light curtain, it stopped. I'll show you that again. So we ran out this whole roll. The roll's empty. That's our waste. And then this went a little bit off at the very end here when it when it wasn't in control anymore, but I was going fast, so that's expected. But you can see right below that wrap, it's perfect. But just to show you, they'll test the light current, I'm going to turn this off so that thing doesn't go crazy on us. And that's about it. If you have any questions, feel free to call me or Tom. Here's some of your accessories. You got your die blocks, hold downs. These are your die blocks, your hold downs, a geared nip, truck assist bar, pressure bar, top, truck bridge, 1,000-pound hydro jacks, 2 idlers, stripe guide,